On the 8th of November 2012, Casey Hudson, the executive producer on the Mass Effect franchise, posed this question on Twitter after a new Mass Effect game was announced. We're in the early stages of designing a completely new Mass Effect game. What would you want to see in it? Now, being a fan of the Mass Effect franchise, even after the third's ending, I've compiled a list of what I'd like to see in the next Mass Effect game, and I hope my views and opinions are shared by you guys watching. Number 1. More exploration. The one major thing about Mass Effect I love was the freedom to go wherever I like. I could roam the Citadel for hours on end, buying and selling stuff, doing side quests, and punching stupid reporters in the face.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations. I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions. I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Ha! You want some?
Headshot.
I could go to Neveria or Feros and just stroll about, do a side quest, and leave without even starting the main story. Sorry, I don't care if they get for trying to kill you. I have to get some space condoms for my latest hoe. Or I could get halfway through the level and then just leave. You could kind of do this in Mass Effect 2, but you were locked in some areas. In Mass Effect 3, aside from the Citadel, every other area was straight into a mission, and I was forced to play all of it, leave, and not be able to return. This took out the feel of freedom from Mass Effect 1. I understand you couldn't go back to some places, such as Earth or Thesia, but come on! In Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, I could find a planet, drive out in the Mako or the M44 Hammerhead, find something miscellaneous and cool, then leave, and return if I want. This was a more regular occurrence in Mass Effect 1, but it was still in Mass Effect 2 for the most part. My point is, bring back full exploration. Number 2, and perhaps one of the most important ones, the freeway dialogue wheel and no auto-dialogue. I think what everyone loved the most about the Mass Effect games were the conversation wheel, and how it was presented to you in 3 ways to respond to a character. Nice, neutral, or asshole.
What sound will you make when you hit the ground? Think you'll hear it before you die? I risked my life to save you. Hell, I saved this whole damn district. Now you're judging me? Hostages only work when your enemy cares if they live. Whatever he did, he probably deserves worse.
He certainly does.
The original council was made up of a bunch of blind, stubborn morons.
I offer a money-back guarantee.
That doesn't help me when I'm dead due to equipment failure.
And there was usually an investigate option, which led to 2 or 3 more conversation options, then brought you back to the first 3. In Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, you got to respond to about 99% of all questions or sentences other characters threw at you. In Mass Effect 3, not only were the choices reduced to 2 at a time, with the occasional investigate option, there was an insane amount of auto-dialogue. Am I playing a cinematic RPG that feels like I'm in a movie, but I'm controlling how it plays out, or am I watching an animated movie? Auto-dialogue was only used once or twice in Mass Effect 1 or 2 to advance the action in pivotal moments, but in Mass Effect 3, I found my Shepard saying things my Shepard wouldn't say. Please BioWare, bring it back into Mass Effect 1. Full control, barely any auto-dialogue, and the full 3 options with the investigate option. Number 3. Looting, stats, and other RPG mechanics. Mass Effect 1 hit the nail right on the head with having looting and being able to customize your character fully, from his gun, to his helmet piece, to his underwear. No, I'm joking there. It didn't bother me in Mass Effect 2 that there was no looting, the inventory screen wasn't there aside from being at the start of missions, or the skill tree had been streamlined, because you could buy guns, armor, and make your Shepard pink on the Normandy if you so desired. Plus the fact Mass Effect 2 had so many other awesome features that its predecessor didn't have that I barely noticed the missing stuff. But in Mass Effect 3, it was an issue. I liked the new skill tree, but it felt so streamlined and so small, it almost wasn't worth it, like it was put in at the last moment. Please, in the next one, bring it back to Mass Effect 1's loot, skill tree, and customization, and also put in Mass Effect 2 and 3's buying guns and armor customization. Plus, Mass Effect 3's weapon bench and skill tree, but make sure it has stats. We want stats and XP. That's what help makes it an RPG. Number 4. No contrived storylines. Get rid of them. Mass Effect is known for having its plot holes, but they were minor issues compared to how awesome the games were. But with Mass Effect 3, it went too far in places. And the ending, well, I think enough has been said about that. My main point is, don't retcon your previous work. Check over stuff, make it as solid, good, and consistent as you can, so people like this guy can't make irritating videos on you. Number 5. Let's focus on combat. We all love combat, it's fun. Mass Effect 1 and 2 always got the perfect balance between combat and the story. In fact, Mass Effect 2's combat is amazing. It was such a great improvement from Mass Effect 1's. Now, I liked Mass Effect 3's combat, I liked how agile Shepard was, but there was just too much of combat over and over, and some of it felt so copy and paste and it got very, very tedious. Keep the balance, BioWare. Number 6. do what you do best. Make an epic story full of heart-wrenching moments, amazing characters, moments that fill your heart with joy, and of course, a bit of humour never hurts.
I prefer my Solarian liver served raw.
He is correct. It was a delicacy in our cycle.
This one coincides with number 2. This is your strong point, BioWare. Stop trying to be this and be this. A great story full of twists, memorable characters and emotion to me and many others beats amazing combat any day. Stick to your roots. Look at Mass Effect 1, Dragon Age Origins, and of course, the amazing Knights of the Republic for inspiration. Thank you to everyone for watching, and if you liked it, please leave us a rating and subscribe for more content. And to BioWare, I hope you take on board what I've said. I'm sure I'm not the only one with these views, and this is coming from a huge fan. You have no idea how much I loved this series, but to be ruined by an ending? Mass Effect 4 and Dragon Age 3 are your last chances to make up for your mistakes before you start to lose serious amounts of fans. This advice could also be used for Dragon Age 3 to an extent. But I also want to thank you for this series. It's truly unique, and I doubt we'll ever have something like this again. And thank you for listening to fans in the past. Just please listen once again, and make Mass Effect 4 the epic game I know it can be. Finally, good luck, have fun with it, and I look forward to playing it.